Alright, welcome in, race fans. This is Jason coming to you live. Woo, as we see the 33 spinning. This is Jason live with First Gear Network, bringing you live coverage of First Gear Racing Round 7 of the Craftsman Truck Series from Rockingham Speedway. You see more craziness back there in the back. These guys are practicing a pit party. So definitely getting some laps in here, just getting the test and the feel for how it's going to be racing in a pack. Sorry, a little bit late to the party here. Thought we had gone live, but the system didn't agree. So we are live now. And just want to give you a rundown for what we have scheduled tonight. Here at Rockingham, we are scheduled for a distance of 200 laps. We have stage breaks. Our stages will be at lap 45 and lap 90. Drivers have 3 sets of tires in the pits and 1 fast repair to use in tonight's race. So far, Todd Smith has run the fastest lap in practice at a 23.74, but we have a pretty tight field through and through, all the way down to the 97. Samuel Carter's in a 24.53, so everybody's basically within a second of each other so far on their fastest laps. We've had some more joins, so still have 4 trucks that have not put down a lap just yet, so we'll see how that changes as we get through here. And turn the split on before that happens. Give you an update here on the truck playoffs, where everybody stands here coming into week 7. If you're in yellow, you're in the top 10. And if the regular season wasn't in today, that would qualify your playoff spot. We still have plenty of racing left to go this season. But Andrew Groves sitting good at plus 109 points. Samuel is in 2nd, Todd 3rd, Corey 4th, Jareth 4th as well. Ben is in 6th, Nolan 7th, Mark in 8th. And I know Mark's not racing tonight. They got hit with an ice storm overnight and been without power all day, and just dealing with the mayhem of what happened with that storm there in Canada. He's not going to run tonight. He got power just a little bit ago and said, yeah, I've been going since 2 a.m. I'm going to call it a night. So thinking of you, Mark. Hoping you get some rest, and we'll see you back on track here soon. We got Alex Fuller in 9th, Michael Kennedy in 10th, and then you can see Joseph and Trevor Gill tied for 11th, 11 points out of the top 10. Ivan in 13th, Brendan in 14th, Trevor Benz 33 back in 15th, and Donald Ray in 16th. So that's our top 16 in points. We are up to 20 trucks that have made a lap. Got 12 minutes left to practice before we get to qualifying. Seeing that 66, Mr. Highside. Really working that high line.
Record is nice. Sorry about that. I don't miss you for a half a second.
And 21 trucks record time. We've got another one, a 22nd one on track, and the 23rd warned us he may or may not be able to race. 68 of Alexander Schumacher. Mr. Shuey dealing with some thunderstorms and tornado threats. So not certain if he'll be able to race or not, but he's registered in case he can. So we'll see if he gets in here as qualifying happens in the race.
Hit it your time. Oh, no, the hell you ain't. Now let's go. I gotta make at least one attempt. Under speed. Yep.
Practice pit entry for Todd Smith. So Cal Heath still out there from that pit party. We see Nolan Mills still out there. So Cal practicing his pit entry. See the 45 go by the 84. And Andrew in that 45 is our points leader, accumulating the most points so far this season. Driver meeting, which we'll be able to hear over the air. See the 14 looking underneath the 84 and 3 and 4. Definitely can make time on both that low and that upper groove, and I mean technically that leaves that middle is still playable, but as these tires wear, these trucks are going to migrate to the top of the track most likely. Saw a lot of that in the truck race, or the Gen 6 Cup race last night. But that's pretty normal for a track like this. Super abrasive. Track temps are up. Pull up the weather here. So yeah, we're sitting right now at an ambient temp of 70 degrees, and track temp is up to 104. It was 100 about 20 minutes ago. So climbing a little bit, partly cloudy skies, mostly sun showing with 56% humidity, and we've got just a slight breeze at 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, so not a lot of wind. So that sun is baking this old track. It's bumpy, and it's coarse, so tire wear is going to be a big key, even with the shorter stages and only having to go 45 laps and 90 laps. Well, that last stint is over 100 laps long. Going to have to make at least one stop, and depending if you take tires at both stages, and that leaves you only one set of tires for that third stage to pit for somewhere in the middle of that. So depending on how cautions fall and how everybody's race strategy plays out, we'll probably see a couple different things land for tonight's race. So should be interesting. Rockingham is a fun old track. It's good to see it coming back to the National Series. The trucks and the Xfinity Series actually race there this season. Can't wait to see Cup back there at some point. I'm excited for it. But it's good to see it still alive and kicking, and iRacing giving us this scan from a while ago, and I mean it's an old rough surface, but it's provided some really good racing so far, so it's been fun.
everybody could hop off the track here for a quick minute, we'll do a quick driver's meeting, and then we'll finish out practice.
Hang on.
Checking the old CPU temp. I noticed my fan color changed, which lets me know. I just want to make sure we were still good within range there, and we are. Putting everything to the test tonight. Driver's meeting's about to happen. We will listen into that.
Okay.
All right, guys, I appreciate everyone coming out tonight for week 7 here at Rockingham in the truck series. We are set for 200 laps. Stage 1 will be at the completion of lap 45. Stage 2 will be at the completion of lap 90. We don't have any penalties from last week. That's going to roll over to this week. On the first restart or the first start of the race, you'll line up how iRacing tells you, and restarts after that. We will do the choose rule for the whole field, and that will be at the line coming to 1 to go. We will do it at the line, but we need to make sure that you're either by the yellow line on the bottom if you're choosing the bottom, or you're up by the wall before you cross the line. Last week we had a lot that were kind of still in the middle, and we will start penalizing if you do not make it clear before you cross the line which lane you are choosing. All lap down cars still need to yield to the lead lap cars. And I really think that's all I have. If you have any questions, holler at me here before the race starts. And thank you guys for coming out, and good luck.
Corey, I completely blinked out for part of that. Can I just get a clarification? When do we need to choose high or low again? What's the cutoff?
The cutoff for this race is going to be at the line, at the start-finish line. You either need to be in bottom or low before the line. And you don't be in the middle. We will penalize for that. And that's coming to 1 to go. Don't worry about what iRacing tells you. We will clear those black flags after the restart.
Copy that. Thank you, sir.
All right, driver's meeting is concluded. Got just under 2 minutes left before we get to qualifying.
Hold on, Todd. Yeah, let's click.
All right, practice is wrapping up here. Just 10 seconds left. Again, we've got so far 23 drivers registered for tonight's race. We have 22 that have made a lap. Again, the 68 of Alexander Schumacher said he might not be able to make it due to some storms in the area. We see practices concluded. Fastest in practice, the 66 Todd Smith, 33 Trevor Benz, 69 Jeffrey Peppers. So those are the 3 fastest in practice. Let's see if that translates to 2 laps in qualifying. Let's see who's the first one to pop off here for qualifying. Who's going to jump? Ben Summerford says, I'll jump. Looks like Anthony Monroe says the same thing. Gregory in the 44, Todd. So we're going to see one of the big dogs, Kyle Heath. There's a lot actually going out here pretty early. Love the mug theme here on the 32 for Ben Summerford. Takes that first lap, gets right up next to the wall here. Same here for Todd. See, he runs the middle. He doesn't run high in 1 and 2 on his first lap. Kind of ran the middle there. See what he does here. Up high for 3 and 4. Get that momentum. Tires in the back end sliding out on that truck. Kyle Heath to the top with lap 1. The Eagle means business. 24:02. We got to figure that Todd's going to have a bit of a swing here on lap 2. Oh no, the Eagle's into the wall. That's going to end that lap. I missed Todd crossing the line. I apologize, but yes, Todd Smith, 23.79. Great lap from the 66. Brendan Decker is out on his first lap of qualifying. Across the line he goes. P10. Coming out to complete his second lap here. Oh, he tried to turn it down and it didn't want to. It got like wanted to get loose and snap on him there on entry. It was tight and then it snapped. On the high side there, so that's going to leave him P10 on the board. 28 crossing the line to start his first lap. So far we've got 12 out of 22, 23 that we're going to have run. I'll get their laps done and out of the way. Alex Fuller is on his first lap. Right up next to the wall. He's trying to carry all that speed he can. Well, let's see, P10 for the 28 truck on lap 1, the 24.53. See what he does here on this second lap. See what he can do here, coming out of 4. Drops her down on the apron. P3 for Alex Fuller, nice lap. Trevor Benz completing his first lap. P8, nice lap for Pete for his first one, 24.34. Again, he was the second fastest in practice. He was in those 23s. Let's see if he can make it stick here as he goes up to the high side in 3 and 4. Cuts it down, across the line. Trevor Benz P2 at 23.
Jump down to one of the race chats, guys.
See what old Opie can do tonight. Yeah. We still got a handful of guys here still to qualify. Right now, just it looks like Trevor Gill's out on track, just running extra, taking qualifying and just running extra laps. Get a good feel for the track. He's already clocked in at 11th place, 24.37. He is the only car on track, and as I say that, here we go. Jeff Peppers, Samuel Carter come out on track on their outlaps currently. 69's across the line to start his first lap. We're going to see the 69 cross first, so we'll watch his lap time here. See what this first lap does for Jeff Peppers. Cross the line. Put him P15 at 24.74. Samuel Carter's across the line. P12. Put up a 24.38. See what Jeff does here on his second lap. P7 for Mr. Peppers. Mr. Carter, still P13, 24.39. All right, we have another break here, no drivers on track currently. Just another reminder of note that wasn't mentioned in the drivers meeting. I just like to explain it for each race so far. We've changed the structure for the incident points, so that is effective for all series now. So this race, 20X's is strike 1, it's a black flag. 30X's is strike 2, black flag, and 40X's is strike 3, it's a DQ from the race. So just a heads up and a reminder for everybody that the incident points are counting for the race alone, just the race.
Copy, thank you. Did we get any fast repairs?
You get one fast repair. Three sets of tires in the pits.
Andrew Grose's first lap, fast enough to put him P4, the 24.04. Up against the wall in 3 and 4. See what he can gain here on the second lap. A little bit slower. First lap was good though. P4 for Mr. Grose. Looks like Shuey is possibly looking at getting on the track. Maybe. In the truck. Got 2 minutes left in the session. Still got time. Didn't make any laps in practice, so I don't know if he's still just dealing with the storms or whatnot, but we'll see if he jumps on here and races tonight. Looks like so far, with just a minute left, the 19 of Morgan Sterling, the 34 Larry Eddy, 86 Corey Kobe, 68 Alexander Schumacher, and the 014 of Joe Bernal will not have a time for qualifying. I think Larry in the 34 said he wasn't going to be able to race tonight either. Came and practiced and said he had to call it a night. He had to get up early for work. So we shall see who shows up here when we go to grid here in about 40 seconds. As we're doing that, we're going to get our national anthem. If you can please rise, take off your hats. All right, we're back and everybody's getting gridded up
You
here.
heard me, admin covered me all, please. Thank you.
Let's go ahead and
We'll
pop
start
the,
out here. If y'all let me down, I'll get out the
pop
way
the
here.
grid here for everybody. So starting lineup is on the screen. We're going to have the pole sitter Todd Smith. Outside front row Trevor Benz. Row 2 Kyle Heath, Andrew Groves. We're going to have Alex Fuller and Michael Kennedy, row 3. Greg Thieleson and Jeff Peppers, row 4. Nolan Milnes and
Hey,
Ben
Ivan,
Summerford,
just a
row
heads
5.
up, the league rules say we're supposed to
Corey
ask,
Crandall,
or you're supposed
Ivan
to ask for those
Deschamps,
before the end
row
of
6.
qualifying. We'll go ahead and give it to you this time. This will be
Trevor
the last
Gill,
week we do it
Samuel
after
Carter,
qualifying.
row 7. Joseph Klein, Brendan Decker, row 8. Anthony Monroe, Andrew Parr, row 9. And we have Corey Kobe, Alexander Schumacher, row 10. Joe Bernal, and Larry Eddy will be row 11. And then Morgan Sterling starting dead shotgun to the field in 23rd. Again, those guys didn't qualify. Don't know who all's on track. We'll get an idea of it here as everybody loads in. Looks like Larry Eddy and Morgan Sterling are not gridded up. So those are two drivers that are not running tonight, it looks like. And the field starts the pace lap. I think we heard the 7 requested an EOL. His paint's giving him issues tonight. We tried to get it fixed. It didn't get fixed for the race, but that's fine. Something's glitched on the trading paint side. It's not showing the paint in the proper location or anything. So other than that, everybody else is lined up and we are ready to go. All right, pace truck will drop down onto pit road. And again, stage 1 break is lap 45.
Green flag.
Green flag is out, and the start of the race. Here we go, round 7 at Rockingham in the Craftsman Truck Series. Todd Smith gets a good start. So does Kyle Heath, that inside row. Really good start for both of those trucks. Trevor Benz is going to fall
I got
back
a black
to 3rd.
flag because the guy in front of me spun out and I went around him.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
So
So it looks like we already had an issue off the start. It didn't record it, but it looks like Joe Bernal had some issues there. We'll what we're going to do is we're just going to go back to the start real quick since there's not a spot for me to hit on it. Oh, tough break. Like the tires might have spun. Oh! Hard into the outside wall. Truck's going to be a heap to drive here. So we've already got... Oh! Todd Smith into the outside wall out of turn 4. Kyle Heath looking to the inside. Battle for first. 66 gets a good run of momentum on that outside. 13 had to fall back. Crazy, they run, and this happened a lot last night, they run completely different lines than each other, but they're both super fast, take care of their tires. Might be pushing a little bit here, just trying to get that distance here in the start. We look a little bit further back, Trevor Benz, again, he started second, that outside line, he just didn't get a good start, so Kyle was able to get by on the inside as well. So only back to 3rd, and he is containing, you know, staying with pace with these two. Really, they pulled out just a little bit, but Still just a second back in the lead. Behind him is Andrew Groves. And top 5 right now will be Alex Fuller in 5th. And he's fallen back a little bit from those front 4. I've checked out just a little bit. You can see on the track map from first to last, we've got basically a half a lap already separating the field. These guys kind of spread out a little bit on this track. And 69 on the screen. Right now, the biggest mover in this race is going to be the 82, Anthony Monroe. He's up 7 spots to the top 10. Good start for him. And then Shuey is up 5 spots up to 15th. After not practicing or qualifying, but deciding to be able to get on and race. So hopefully the storms don't give him no troubles. And you can see the one through. He had some bad luck last night. Got caught in a wreck early and was out of the race by I think lap 10. So knock on some wood for the 68 to make it through the race tonight. No issues. Right now our biggest loser is going to be the 44. Greg has dropped back to 19th. He's down 12 spots from the starting position, so tough start for him. See these trucks just kind of settle in and see what happens now as the race goes on. Back up front, Todd's pulled out a half of a second lead over Kyle Heath. And then they've stretched out on Trevor just a little bit. He's fallen back to 1.8 seconds off the lead. He's got Andrew Groves closing in just slightly. Again, the top 4 have separated themselves from the lead, you know, from the main pack. But we're seeing a good portion of the field kind of get separated out here. Andrew Groves working that low line, trying to get the speed up off the corner. Drives it in there pretty deep. A little bit of brake, let the truck rotate back into the throttle, and then full throttle once you get it straight. And they're almost even, but he is closing it just a little bit. Trevor's working that high side to where he's actually gaining out on momentum-wise on the straightaways. Then it gets closed back up just a little bit, and then rinse and repeat, and they do it again. We see a truck down on the at the 44. May have had an issue here. The bumps, trucks get loose. Oh, up into the wall. Right front comes off the ground, hard into the inside wall. Oh no, motor blown. And it didn't throw a caution. He is going to. We're riding on the roof there, but ooh, what a hit! And then the truck just boom, right hard into the wall. But he kept it facing forward, so iRacing didn't notice that and throw a caution or anything. So tough break for him as he's got to get towed to pits and use that fast repair. Tough start for the 44 tonight. All right, Todd still got 0.8 of a second lead over Kyle Heath. A little bit further back, we're going to follow Trevor to Andrew. A little bit further back to Alex in the 28 truck in P5. About 5.5 seconds off of the lead already. We're on lap 18 of this race. Nolan, the 84, he's up 3 spots from where he started. He's up to 6th. Trying to close it on that 28. Same with the 52. He lost a spot. He's dropped 1 from the starting spot, but he is running P7. Staying pretty consistent there. Still got the 69 of Jeff Peppers right there in his rearview mirror. See a three-way battle here between 35, the 82, and the 97. This is a battle for ninth. 82's looking underneath the 35. Now the 97 looks underneath the 82 a little bit. We're already about to complete lap 21 here. We have, so. Nope, we haven't completed 20. We're on lap 20. Field is spread out. We've got a couple of packs here. This one here putting on a pretty close battle. Like the 82 fell back from the 35 a little bit, but the 97 says, I'm not done. I'm trying to go forward. Got John Deere Ford right to the back. Looks like Andrew Parr has made a pit stop in the 07. Laps down. The 44 is 4 laps down. See this tight battle here between these two. We also have another tight battle right here between the 86 and the 09. Trevor Gill in the 09 got the position. The 86, Corey Covey wants it, and that's battle for 15th.
Get up.
See Joseph Klein. Contact with the wall there possibly. Ben Summerford gets by him. Steve Shuey moving up through the field. He's up to P12. He's up 8 spots. Anthony Monroe has conceded that spot to Samuel Carter for 10th. Jeff Peppers maybe dropped back a little bit. He lost a spot to Corey. Back to 9th. Now he's got the 97 on his rear bumper. Coming out of 2 here. The 97 with a mean run. Drops to the inside. Side by side, entering turn 3. Doesn't clear him, but there he is. Okay, clears him on this front stretch. Didn't get him right out of the corner exit, but got him on the front stretch. Move that 97 up, another spot to P9. Now we've got a bigger battle. The 82 and the 68 have caught the 69 as well. He's starting to drop a little bit here. The 68 is going to look underneath and clear in 3 and 4. The 82 is going to drop low and try to get by the 69 as well here. Clears him on the front stretch. So those 3 or 4 spots lost to Mr. Peppers right there in the past 4 laps. He's got the 32 pressing on him now. Here comes the 32 of Ben Summerford. He looks to the inside of the 69. Racing on track. Looks like he's going to get by the 69 and does clear him. 69 has some damage there to the right front, so maybe a little run in with the wall possibly. Upset the handling of that truck, because that right front looked a little bent in there. Yeah, this truck is getting tight too. Here looks like I clicked on the wrong one. There we go, the 68 and the 97. We missed it earlier, sorry I didn't get it, but the 13 has gotten by the 66 for the lead. He's led the last 3 laps. It just happened 3 laps ago. Completed 30 laps. We're on lap 31. Again, stage 1 is at the end of lap 45. So 15 to go to the end of stage 1.
I've got wheel damage, so go around higher if you can.
Okay.
Same here,
Looks like
Kobe. I
that-
have wheel damage, so I'm going to stay high.
That 44 is underneath the 66.
Andrew, I'll go high here. I get you.
I wonder if he took fresh tires with his early pit stop with his damage that he had earlier. That could affect him later in this race. Tough to have to take tires before the end of stage 1 with how these tire sets are allocated, because you won't have enough at the end of the race. At some point it's going to come back to haunt you. See the 31 of Brendan Decker is on pit road. Now we see the 13. He's pulled out almost a second on Todd Smith in second, but he's got that 44 trying to get one of his 4 laps back. If he can get in front of the leader and do that. 44. Like I said, I'd have to think with the pace he has after that incident, they most likely had to get some fresh tires. Maybe. Again, that's just a guess. Looks to the inside of the 13, but kind of drifts up right behind him. Doesn't really get to follow through. Now he tries to see it on exit. Inside the 13, side by side, going into turn 3. All right, 44 gets one of his laps back by getting in front of the leader there, so that'll put him 3 down. Oh, into the wall goes the 44. Right in front of the 13. The Eagles got to be like, oh man, what do I got to do here? Everybody keeps it straight. Oh, he gets tight. The 13 gets tight.
Go ahead,
44 blinks. Check back in the pack. We see the 35 has gotten caught up here with 68. 31 has been on pit road. He's 3 laps down currently. Has position on the 35. We see another blink there. 31 blinks. Hard blinks for those couple trucks there. That's, keep an eye on that. Move the 68 up to 8th place. Puts him up 12 spots. Heck of a run for Shuey. Making his way through the field here. Look at the 84 running 7th currently. He's 11 seconds off the leader. Kind of in a spot all on his own. No pressure from behind. Nobody right in front of him. Next truck in front of him is going to be the 45, Andrew Groves. 1.5 seconds behind. And then Andrew's got a little bit of a gap here to Michael in the 52, and then the 28 of Alex Fuller. They're battling for 4th and 5th. We are on lap 40. We're getting close to the end of stage 1 here, so stage points to the top 10 finishing positions. The 52's got a run here. Going to look to the inside of the 28. Side by side out of 4. Looks like the 52 is going to get that entry into 1, maybe clear, but nah, yeah, it looked like he was there. Yep, all right.
I'll say hi.
He got clear. 28, so give the 4th place to the 52 truck, Michael Kennedy. Check a little bit further ahead. We've got the 33 of Trevor Benz. He's 5 seconds off the lead, running in 3rd all by himself. He's got over 2-second gap to 4th place. 4.5-ish seconds behind Todd Smith for 2nd. So kind of running his own race. Good job for the 33. There's Todd Smith running 2nd. And he led early, first 30 laps of the race. And we've got the 44 is burnt up what he had to get his lap back of one of his 4 that he was down to be 3 down. Now he's under challenge from the leader to go back 4 laps down, along with some other traffic here in front. This could get interesting. So get ready for the end of this stage. When they cross the line this time, should close pit road. There it goes. System's working. Just making sure. They are still side by side, and that 66 is right there. Oh, the 44 hard into the wall. 66 does get by. So when they cross the stripe this time, it's going to be 1 to go in the stage. 014 and the 09 are right here in front of the leader. Oh no, the 66 drives in hard into the back of the 014.
It's all good.
All right, Kyle
Actually, I
Heath.
needed one more lap and I would have made it, but oh well.
Oh! Make contact. Looks like the 14 does survive. Waiting for 10th place to get across.
Caution, caution. What'd you have there, bud?
That's the end of stage 1. Holy cow. All right. Congrats to Kyle Heath on winning stage 1.
Go, catch up, catch up.
Now expect pit stops to happen here.
Pace car out of 4.
Hey, Jason, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Was that contact with him, my 4X?
Yeah, and that turn 2 incident.
Yeah, I don't have damage, but I got a 4X. That's good, I guess.
Yeah, that's where that came from. It popped on that contact there. That's where it came from.
And I apologize for that. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's good. I should have been a little bit more aware when running outside. It's all good.
All right, Steve. Go ahead, Ford.
That was the choose rule back there. Damn it, I missed it. I didn't realize I was over on the green there. Too much going on.
Yeah, I'll extend it an extra lap next time.
All right, we're going to restart here. Stage 2, 66 and the 35. We're going to be on the front row. 33 and 28. Pace trucks down into the restart zone.
Green flag.
Here we go. Craftsman out to a lead. Trevor Benz up to second. Restart on the inside row for those guys. Again, stage 2 will take us to lap 90. So 40 laps of racing here. To the outside of the 66. Battle for the lead. These guys are side by side. New leader, 33, Trevor Benz. His rear bumper. Looking back, you can see the field. Everybody's running different lines back there. We do have a report of a crash that did not make a yellow come out, so we'll check that out real quick. 44, possibly with a night ending. Oh, he gets sideways, 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 sideways. Oh. Looks like the 69 got him straight. Oh no, and he's into the barrel. Motor blown. Reset to pits. Night over for the 44. Tough break for the 44. He is out of the race. Tough night. Andrew, what happened to you? I didn't get anything marked for an incident for you. I saw you went down pit road a couple times. See, the 33 still has the lead over the 66. Third place player is going to be the 52 of Michael Kennedy. Oh man, sorry for that, Andrew. That's a bummer. I wonder why I didn't poke anything up on my screen about it for you. I'm sorry I missed it to even know that it happened.
I didn't think we were going to slow down that much.
Alright, so currently in the standings we have 16 trucks on the lead lap. We got some tight battles back here behind Michael Kennedy, who's in third. We have a battle for fourth between the 35, the 82, 28, and the 97. They're all here covered by a blanket. The 82's looking to the inside of the 35 here down the front stretch. Yeah, still a bummer, man. You want to make the races, and you want to be able to make it to the end. Thank you for running, though. Appreciate you joining and racing with us. Hopefully, next race you have some better luck and can make it to the end. And just keep trying. That's what we're all doing here. We just keep trying, man. We're having fun, just trying to make it to the end sometimes, so nothing wrong with that. 82 looks loose. He turns that truck down low into turn 2 to try to get a better bite off the corner. Side by side with the 28. Looks like he's going to lose that spot. Side by side on the roof cam. See if he does it again. Turns way down, gets the truck sideways almost. Yep, dips it down, tries to get a straight off exit off the bottom of 2. guys are really battling hard here, side by side. We jump on with the 28. The roof cams, you really can't see each other. They're so even. Now there's a little bit of a lead there for the 28 going into 1. Trying to work that high side. 82 all the way down to the apron. And it causes the truck to get tight. He's able to keep it off of the 28 though out of 2. And they are staying side by side. It looks like the 28 gets a drive up off the corner there. Now the 97 in attack mode. He sees the 82 fall back a little bit here. He's going to try to work the inside. 82 is loose. He is wheeling that thing off of turn 2 every time. Take a look for Samuel Carter. See what he does here in the 97. He looks to the inside. They both push up the track. Let it rotate. Get back in the throttle. Yeah, still squirrely off the corners at 82. Oh, the 97 scrubs the wall a little bit. Those bumps on the backstretch do not make it easy on going straight on a straightaway, that's for sure. Front 2 pulled out to over a 2.5 second lead over 3rd place, and then you have 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th right here in your camera shot. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. All right here. And then a little bit back, and closing is the 13 of Kyle Heath. Won the first stage, came off pit road. I didn't realize he had a penalty or anything, but he let the field go by, so I guess there was a penalty there for him. And now he's working his way back through the field. About to complete lap 67 of this race. Tight battle between the 82 and 97 there. So they both got by the 28. Here comes the Eagle, really cutting it down into 1, hanging that bottom, and then just trying to get a good smooth exit off the corner. He's making it work there on the bottom pretty darn well. Really patient with the throttle. I think we're going to see some passes here as he gets underneath the 28. There's 1 for the Eagle as he gets clear of the 28 entering 3. Now this 97 and this 82 are pretty tight here. See at the 97, nope, he tucks in behind the 82. Leaves the bottom for the 13 to rip, and he is underneath the 97 on exit of 2. 13 maybe had to back it down just a little bit there. Well, they had really good momentum off the corner because he was beside him there in the middle of 2. There he is, side by side in 3 and 4. 82 cuts across the track, 3 wide, across the stripe, into turn 1.
Slow down.
Oh, the 31. Woo, that is a worse spot to be 3 wide. Wow. Great driving by these guys. This track is not easy to do that on. Wow. See the 97 falls behind the 13 here, and the 13 tries to get underneath the 82, get the run off the corner. They're side by side down the backstretch. 13 with a little bit of a nose out here in the lead. Down into 3. 82 hugs that wall. Couldn't get it to rotate like the 13 can there on the bottom, man. That shorter way around is faster. You can get it to rotate.
I had a couple of those before.
That had changed for the lead. Todd Smith.
But I need you to keep having them, not me.
Got the lead.
Easy here.
Front of the 33. 52 still running in 3rd. Bit of a gap now to the 35, who is closing, from what I can tell, just ever so slightly. Gotten within a 1.5 seconds of the 52. And you got your gap here back to Kyle Heath of just under 2 seconds behind that 35 truck. So Kyle's gotten up to 5th. The 82's trying to hold off the 28.97 still. That 13 got by them, and oh, the 82 up into the wall. Contact with the 28, slightly on corner exit there. Couldn't have been that bad. It showed his truck jumping on the wall, but it can't be that bad if he's still riding it like he is there. Woo! Oh no! Contact with the 97!
I'm sorry. That's alright. Oh, that was close.
I'm not sure how that was.
Yellow out.
Tough break for the 82. No caution. Wow. I don't like to get too intertwined and stuff like that, but man, I feel for him because that's tough. That was a hard wreck. I know it was just one truck, but iRacing didn't trigger it. Kept it off of the main racing surface. I don't know. That's really weird. Whew. All right. And actually, we're gonna go back. And again, it didn't even trigger it. That's the part that. If I take it back to that incident. So we're gonna ride.
Go ahead, you two. I'll say hi.
Bump, got him loose. He's on the apron, He's back straight going on the racing surface so it doesn't trigger it. Oh. So fast repair used for him for sure. And second place has changed hands. The 52 has gotten past the 33. His tires are worn out. Looks like he may have tagged the wall a couple times as well, which isn't helpful here as well. So Michael Cannon is up to second.
I'll try to live for you.
Kyle Heath has gotten by Corey Crandall for 4th and is pursuing the 33 of Trevor Benz here for 3rd.
Good battle. Thank you.
To the outside of the 33. P3 for the Eagle. 5.5 seconds behind Todd Smith though. And with just a handful of laps left to the end of the stage, I don't think he's got a chance to get to first. He's under 2 seconds behind the 52 truck, so maybe a chance to get there. Check a little bit further back in the field. We see the 86 and 14. They're battling for 9th and 10th. Closest battles on track. We also have another one ahead of them, the 97, 84, and 28. So the 84 has worked his way up and caught these guys and has gotten by the 97 and is working on trying to catch the 28. So good rebound for Nolan, up to 7th so far. Shout out to the 32 just outside the top 10 currently, and 11th, Ben Summerford, keeping that good looking truck nice and clean. Just outside the top 10. Right behind him is Andrew in the 45. That Toyota, the only Toyota that started the race tonight. Trying to work his way back up. And he's got the 014 Joe Bernal right there behind him. Joe is currently 1 lap down. Oh, 45 into the wall. 09 currently is the truck that would get the lucky dog.
Sorry,
it
Corey,
looks
I was
like.
trying a different line.
You're good, dude.
Check back in here. We're getting ready to complete lap 86. 4 laps to go in this stage. Todd Smith, almost 4-second gap over Michael Kennedy in second. But here comes a couple hard chargers, the 13, but then you got the 82. He had that issue that we saw live. Made a stop, had to use a fast repair, I would assume, to get back out on track so fast, and took tires. So this is his second set. He's taking them a little early because the stage ain't over yet. But we'll see. All right, following along here. Todd's about to cross the stripe, take 2 to go in this stage. There he goes. Pit road is closed, we're good there. Now we just gotta wait for 10th place. Next time by, this is 2 laps to go, so we gotta go 2 more laps, and then when 10th place crosses the stripe to complete lap 90, we'll have our yellow. 10th place is 18, 19 seconds behind the lead. You guys are gonna be racing a little bit longer than what they planned to here at the end of this stage. As we see, we're coming to 1 to go. The 52 is under attack from the 13. This is for P2. 1 more lap to try to battle this second position out. As the Eagle looks, doesn't get the run off the corner here. The 52 holds strong. In the 3 and 4, the 13 chooses a little bit higher line. Carry that momentum. And across the line they go. Looks like Trevor's going to get 4th, Corey 5th, Nolan's going to get 6th, Alex 7th, Samuel 8th, Ben up to 9th. Shuey is P10.
Caution. Any comments there, bud?
And that's it for stage 2. Congrats to Todd Smith on winning that stage.
They start getting in the 3.
What do you fight? You got the lucky dog?
All right, so the field is lined back up. Looks like the 82 is going to try to get a wave around here.
We are choosing at the line.
Alright, coming to the choose. 66 chooses the outside, 52 to the inside. That's going to be your front row for this restart to start stage 3, the final stage of the race. Right now we're at 106 laps to go. This is going to get good. So the 13 won stage 1, the 66 won stage 2. 33's been fast, but the short run speed has kind of been his thing. He hasn't had the long run yet, so we'll have to see how that pans out for this stage and how it works with the stop in the middle of this this run here. All right, pace truck's going to be dropping down here. Again, you got the 66 and the 52 on the front row. Across this line here for the restart zone.
Green flag,
There
green
we
flag,
go.
green
We
flag.
are green. We're underway for stage 3. The 66 gets a good start. 52, great strong run into 1 and 2. Takes the lead on the inside. 66 drops low. The 33 has a run on the outside. So does the 13.
Yeah, black move. Thank you.
Oh no, the 97. Across the grass, gets it straight. We stay green. He got super sideways there. Let's go back and take a look at that one. Just off the corner here, just the truck over the bump there and kick sideways. See the flame spot off the throttle on the brakes. Keeps her pointed the right direction. You can hear the truck when he gets back on the track. It did not want to accelerate without spinning those hot tires. So tough break for the 97. Then he's back to 15th. Again, we're just at halfway of this race. We're on lap 100. Still plenty can happen. Right now, it's being led by the 52 truck, Michael Kennedy.
My bad.
Sorry, Corey.
Sorry about that, Nolan.
my apologies. We were looking back on that incident for the 84, the 45, and even the 86 getting involved there. So no caution, heavy damage. The 84 did make a pit stop. It's back out on the track. Tough luck for those guys.
Go ahead and take me left, bud.
And we see the 33's closing in on the 52 just a little bit. And here he comes, 68, Shuey. Again, up 17 spots from where he started. Shotgun on the field, didn't qualify, didn't practice. And this truck is up to P3 and closing for the lead. Right along here for a few laps and watch these guys.
Take me left, bud.
As we've been riding around here with the 68.
I ain't racing nobody. I'm racing the track.
He's slowly closing in on the 52 and the 33 here. Underneath a second now. Sounds like he's taking it easy on entry in. Really widening out the corner on exit. Trying to get the best long run maybe out of these tires that he can, but he's running that bottom line like the 13 truck has been tonight. And really getting it to work. Down in the inside here, he's looking inside the 52. We're gonna have a battle here for second very shortly. See the top three got their own little group, but right behind them, you've got the 13 and the 66 right there too. So you've got 5 trucks in the lead pack. Then we've got a little bit of gap. Back to Corey in 6th. He roughly 2.5 back of Todd Smith. So you get a little bit of a gap here from these top 5 trucks. They've separated themselves from the rest of the field. Now 35 has the 69 and the 14. They're in a pack kind of together. A little bit further back is the 45 and the 28. That's going to be our top 10. Other trucks on the lead lap, we have the 09 Trevor Gill. He got the lucky dog at the stage 2 brake caution, taking advantage of it, got himself up to 11th. Corey Covey's in 12th. Ben Summerford finished the second stage, and I believe it was 9th, 8th or 9th, and right now he's currently running 13th. 14th is Samuel Carter, and that is the last truck on the lead lap. As him and the 82 come close together on the exit to 2. 82 is still 1 lap down. Right now, currently the 014 of Joe Bernal is currently in the lucky dog spot. But that 82 is coming for him to try to be there in case we do have a caution. Trevor Ben still leads. 52, 68, the 13 and the 66 are all right there. Alright, we've got a battle for the lead. Looks like the 52 is trying to get by the 33 out of turn 4. Down the front stretch to complete lap 123 and start 124. 77 laps to go. And again, these guys will all have to make one more stop. Strategy tells us about halfway, split it, get the best out of the tires on both runs, but obviously if there's a caution, that changes everything. So some guys may try to run long and host for a caution and catch some others a lap down. But the longer you run on these tires, obviously the slower your lap times are, the slower your pace. So if you wait too long and there's no caution and then you pit, you may have fresher tires in the rest of the field, but it's hard to get all that time lost back of the guys that pitted before you. So we're going to see how these strategies play out. So the 52 back by the 33 and is pulled out by a few trucklings. The 33 still in second currently, but he's got the 68 breathing down his neck here. So he's trying to make this truck last longer on these runs. We're only halfway through this run. If we go to halfway. Try to split this stage in half, just past halfway of this fuel run and these tires, and we don't want to see him dropping yet. Got to get that truck to handle the long run a little bit better. He is doing his darndest to hold that 68 back, and the 13 and the 66. A lot of patience. Ooh, 66 down on the apron there. Looks like all good. 13 to the inside of the 68. Slides up in front of the 68, right behind the 33, and the 68 goes for the crossover. Says, I'll take the inside. Looks like the 13 is gonna stay clear, but they're really close. Okay, 68 tucks back in, right in front of the 66. It was tight. Now the 13 down to the inside of the 33 as he's trying to get position here to take P2. See if he can get it to rotate around the bottom of the corner here. He is clear of the 33, back up the track, good and go. Let's go. The Eagle up to P2 and rolling. See if getting around that traffic there and those other guys, you know, you battle for position for so long, it does use up a little bit more tire. You got to fight. You got to fight for that spot. So let's see if he didn't wear out too much and can make gains on the 52 for the lead. So he's starting to pull away from those 3 trucks there behind him, and he is closing in on the 52. Looks like the 66 is going to get the same thing here and get by Trevor. So Trevor's going to fall back to 4th currently, maybe 5th in the same corner. Looks like the 68's got a chance to try, but ooh, 66 and the 33 scrubbed the outside wall. 68 still there to the inside of Trevor and the 33. Shuey is right there side by side. They are so close. Heck of a battle. Real close. You can see the 68 get a little loose off corner exit, having to put more wheel into it to keep from pushing up into the 33. You're not able to drive that full corner exit and let the truck go up towards the wall. You lose momentum. Yep, he's scrubbing speed, but he gets by. All right, Shuey to P4. Trevor back to P5. Check back up front. Kyle Heath is there.
That's right.
Back bumper of that 52. See in the rearview mirror, that 66 is haunting there back there in the background. Just under a second back. Gets to his outside. Now they're going to run side by side here in the corner. 13 has an edge of momentum coming down the backstretch. And is clear of the 52 going into turn 3. All right, the Eagle back up front. He hasn't been up front since the end of stage 1. That was the stage 1.
I am on fresh tires.
Corey Kobe's coming down pit road. Tough race for him tonight. Currently leaves us 13 trucks on the lead lap with Samuel Carter in the 97 in 13th. 18, almost 19 seconds behind the lead. So for reference, 97's in turn 1. And leader's out of 4, so that's a pack of cars there too. If we go look at the 97, that is a pack of trucks right here. 5 of them all kind of in a line. Trying to change their luck on this second half of this race here. Trevor Gill running 11th. Apologies. Joseph Klein currently running 10th. 13 seconds off the lead. In front of him is Andrew Rose in the 45.
Hey, no, we're going to push tires. If you get to me, I'll move.
Alright, I guess I'll take the high side whenever that time comes. I'm not that much faster than you, though. Thanks, man.
Forward by the 97. Looks like Todd Smith has gotten by Michael Kennedy for second. The 52 just dropped back a little bit. Checking a little bit further back just with the pack here. The 33, again, he fell back to fifth there when that group caught him. But he's hanging on not too far behind the 68. He does have the 35 of Corey Crandall slowly creeping in. So now it's all about pit stops and when they happen, right? So pull that up here. Right now everybody stayed even because of the stages and everything else in the top 10. So we're going to have to monitor that and see how these stints play out. We'll probably track our overall pit lane time because that'll matter if these stops stay green. How much time you spend on pit road is going to matter.
82 pitting in this time, 82 pitting in this time.
82 is pitting in this time. So he is a lap down, tried to get the lucky dog. He was in the lucky dog spot. He comes off of the racing surface onto the apron. 3, 2, 1. There's the commitment line and then speed limit right there. Perfect entry for him. And this is with... We're still at 44 to go, or 54, my apologies. One of these days I'll learn how to count. And again, he had some trouble earlier and got damaged on something that was really surprising. It wasn't a caution, but it was just one car and he kept it straight. And so bad luck for the 82 not to be able to get that lap back. He got 2 of them back. He's been hustling, but now pitting now is going to put him down again for
right
now.
On the inside.
The 014 is letting the 84 by, and that is 4.
Sorry, 14. I didn't mean to crowd you as much as I did. I was kind of out of control.
That was 4 position. That puts the 84 in 14th, and that gives him the lucky dog currently. The 82 has pitted. So, still, if a caution comes out, somebody's going to get helped. But here comes the 13. Put these guys 2 laps down. And that creates a whole nother heat because now he just lapped the 97. So that puts the 97 in the lucky dog spot. Just like that.
Hitting.
All right, there's the word. Todd Smith said he's pitting this time. He's trying to split this pretty much right down the middle from 100 laps to go. These guys restarted a couple laps before 100 to go. Trying to make this back end just a couple laps less than the front end, so that's kind of what I was thinking, that strategy-wise was going to happen.
Nice sense,
97 pitting in. He just went a lap down. Can't go any further. Check in here as the 13 is coming by. The 66 hasn't even gotten to his stall yet. Now he does. And in that time, there goes 13 by to put him a lap down, just like that. It's a long, long, slow pit road. But everybody has to take it if we stay on the green, so that's why these times that we're showing in the bottom right hand are going to matter. That pit road overall time is going to matter. All right, Todd's back out on the track. Get an idea for where Kyle is. Kyle is in turn 2, so you don't go 2 laps down when you're that close to the leader, but it's darn close. But now Todd's going to be ripping some of the fastest laps of the night, as he is in P11 currently, as we see Joseph Klein's on pit road. Getting service, right side's on, they're coming around. Oh, blink, blink, blink. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I'll let you have the hot dog.
All right. Just a pit stop blink, it's fine. That puts Mr. Klein, I believe, 2 down. Yep. Okay. And Ben just got lapped, and Ben's in 9th currently. Let's see how long he plans to go. Right now he's in the lucky dog spot, so maybe he sits it out and waits to see if something happens. 13. We're still waiting to hear from him on the radio. No mention. Oh, no mention, but he's coming. So is the 32. 13 down pit road. Right on the roof cam here.
.35 pitting, 35 pitting.
I'm gonna stay high here.
Sorry, Joseph. I didn't know you were behind me that quick.
You see the difference as Kyle comes off pit road. Todd Smith is in front of him. So he was able to flip it just by a couple laps. Pressure tires paying off. Todd getting the best out of it that he could, but here comes the 13 now. So he's going to try to chase him down. Right now we've got the top 6. We're on the lead lap. Haven't pitted yet.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You gotta be careful when you stay out here on these older tires. You got all these faster trucks flying around you. Don't want to get run over or anything like that.
All 14 pitting. All 14 pitting.
014 is called for pit road.
Pitting up.
Ooh, he pushes way up the track in front of the 13. Ooh, that was close. Michael Kennedy decided to come down there as well, make his pit stop, as we're coming to 38 to go next time by. That leaves a few drivers staying out here. There's another one, the 45. He takes it early on the apron. Here comes the 69 right behind him. He made up a lot of time. Getting on and off pit road. That was a lot of time given up by the 45 there. You see the 66 on track, still roughly 2 seconds in front of the 13, so that's our race for the lead currently, once everybody makes their stops. Alex Fuller still out on track in P3. Trevor Benz, P2, staying out. Alexander Schumacher, in 68, is our leader currently. As he has been out here for a good bit. We're starting to see our times showing up. So Todd Smith's pit road time, 46.1 seconds. And then a couple laps later, Kyle Heath made his stop, and it was only 45.5 seconds on pit road. So there's a half a second there that may come in, may matter here a little bit later. Right, Justin? Imagine that. Todd and Kyle. Well, we've gotten used to it here. It's been a thing. Todd and Kyle, man, they're fast week in, week out. One of the best drivers we have in this league. And then Justin, you show up and we got to add your name in there every time you're on the track too. So Justin, Todd, and Kyle. Imagine that. See the 68 staying out even longer. They're still staying. The 68, the 33, and the 28 are playing the long game here, really hoping for a caution. But now it's just get a caution before you have to pit, because the 66 and the 13 have unlapped themselves. They're back on the lead lap, and they are closing so quickly. If you pit now,
this time. 68 this time.
68 is pitting this time. So the run is over for Alexander Schumacher as he's going to drop down on the apron here, make his pit stop. If it stays green, does he have enough time to make all that back up that he's lost on these handful of laps? If we switch our pit box to their last lap of pit, I mean, this is 169. Todd pit on 150, Kyle on 155. That's a lot fresher tires. Oh well, it's appreciated both ways. We're glad to have you with us, and we're glad that when you do run, you know, it's all about having a spot where guys can come when they can and race and participate and have a friendly community to race with and have a good time. So we appreciate having you when you can race, just like last night when you kicked our butts, but that's okay. We get a chance when you don't get to race a full schedule. So now Todd and Kyle usually don't try to miss a race, so I guess I'm just used to having to deal with them more. But it's all right, Justin. We're happy to have you and glad that you can race when you can. All right, Trevor and Alex are making their pit stops, so that transfers the lead back to the 66 of Todd Smith, 1.4 seconds in front of Kyle Heath. 30 laps to go. Well, I appreciate those kind words. We try to keep it clean and keep it fun and keep the emotion that comes with the competition out of it as best we can. We're all competitors. We want to win. We want to run good. But at the end of the day, this is really about having a good time and just trying to give an avenue for guys that, you know, don't want to spend any money on any money leagues or anything like that to come and have a good time and you know, have a chance at running these series if they can and having a chance at maybe winning a little bit of money in prize money that we do have for each series. So this gives it us a place, and now that we have the broadcast channel and everything to put it together so friends and family can watch and participate, and it's become a really fun thing to put together over the past just over a year now. So hoping to keep it going, and you know, appreciate the kind words from you as well, and everybody that's participated and been a part of this league and joined First Gear in the past year have made it what it is. So thanks to everybody as well, and the fans at home that watch. We got a lot of family members that support drivers, and just like yourself, not racing tonight, but you're on here with us on the broadcast, and appreciate that for you. So thank you.
84 pitting in.
All right, still 1.4 seconds for Kyle Heath, so I don't think we can start playing the Jaws music yet because that gap is staying about the same. But it is a gap. Michael Kennedy stayed out another 6 laps later than Kyle Heath. So he has 6 laps better tires, and he is 16.5 seconds back of Kyle. I'm sorry, 16.5 seconds back of the lead of Todd. 15.5 back, but he is closing. But now we see Kyle just made up 0.4 of a second that last lap on Todd, as Todd's encountered some traffic in front of him here. Hey Hunter, thanks for joining in, man. Glad to have you. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you don't have to want to race every night. We try to just keep things as open as possible, as long as guys stay active and participate. If you ghost and disappear for a long while, sometimes that's different. But otherwise, just want to have a good time and get to watch these battles between two of the best that's raced in first gear. Todd and Kyle have had a lot of battles over the past year, and I think we're going to see another one tonight. Drive for 5, number 14 car for Joseph Klein. He drops down to the bottom. The 13 get the high side here. Now we've got a 0.7 of a second gap between first and second. Third place is over 15 seconds back. Checking through, looks like the 33 of Ben's back in ninth. He waited till lap 170 to pit. I don't know if that's gonna give him enough time. He's right now currently we've got 5 trucks on the lead lap. So we check in, see where he's at. I mean, behind the leaders and by a good bit still, so I don't know if fresh tires are going to give him a chance to get back on the lead lap right away, or at least quickly. Same for Jeff Peppers in 8th, Andrew Groves is in 7th, Joseph and Corey looks like battling for 6th and 5th respectively. Looks like Alex just got by Corey for 4th. Michael still has about 6 seconds, 5.5 seconds over Alex. And Michael is trying to close in, but we've only got 18 to go as Todd has just crossed the line. And scrubbed the wall, or banged it, I guess. That was a pretty good hit, but it turned the truck. Got it to rotate there off of that. 0.4 of a second. The Eagle is on the hunt. Usually how it works. Put your best game plan together, you run your best race you can, and at the end of these races you look in your rearview mirror and there's the 13. If he's not already out front, if he's not there, it's usually because he's on the hunt, he's on the prowl, he's about to make a move, and he is closing. Getting that bottom to really work well in this truck tonight, and then using that middle off on the exits. Truck to rotate early, easy on the throttle, and a smooth exit. Really haven't seen that truck get sideways or anything crazy on exit running that line, so
sorry, Joseph.
Really patient with the throttle.
Not your fault.
Now what the guys further back need is a little bit of battle. A little side-by-side by these guys. If they don't give in and it's not a quick pass, these guys get to racing side-by-side a little bit. Might help the rest of the field. As the 66 looks like he got into the wall out of 4. 13 looks high. Side-by-side. Now we've seen the lap difference, so we'll go ahead and close that for now. nice and put our sponsor slide back up for now. 13 has the lead. That went quicker than the battle that the rest of the field needed them to have. 13 laps to go. The 13 truck is in the lead. I seem to say that a lot at the end of these races. It's his number. Finds a way to be up front with 13 to go. Todd's got Nolan to his inside on a little bit fresher tires, trying to get one of his laps back. Currently 3 laps down. Gets by Kyle here, that'll put him just 2 down. She gets to the outside, the Eagle, and gets clear. Right now, currently still just have 5 trucks on the lead lap. Next truck to try to unlap themselves would be Trevor Benz. He's up to 6th, and he is closing. He's not that far behind the front 2 runners here, but with only 11 coming 10 to go, not a lot he can do with these fresher tires other than try to get back on the lead lap. He's a bit behind Corey right now. For 5th, so gonna need something to happen, I think, really, for that to come together for him, but he's trying. Sponsoring for the league, you just got to reach out to me, hit me up in a direct message in Discord, and we can discuss and set up a time. And then usually for anything, like we have the admin group, we can usually get guys together, but if you reach out to me in Discord, we can arrange that stuff. All right, Kyle's still just got 0.6 of a second over Todd. We're at 8 laps to go. Todd's got Trevor right on his tail, gonna maybe make things a little bit difficult trying to get by him, so that's gonna maybe hinder Todd just a little bit. But Kyle is definitely holding on to that lead. Well, Todd's got anything left to try to make up for it. Oh!
I'm at Trevor.
You're good. I'm just glad I didn't wreck you.
I have to go back and watch that. That was kind of
I didn't
scary.
expect you to hit the wall right there.
The wall jacked the truck up.
Yeah, me neither.
Right
I'm trying to move around a little bit and it didn't work.
My Discord name is Jason Haney. I know my voice probably sounds completely different on the podcast. Car number 9. Just reach out to car number 9. All right, we'll see if Todd can hang on here. As again, even after running over the wall there a couple laps ago, he's still under a second. We're at a second now.
Come on by.
He's letting Trevor by, it sounds like.
On the bottom.
4 laps to go for the Eagle. Round in turn 4. Coming across the stripe this time will be 3 laps to go. Right now still 5 trucks on the lead lap. The 68 and the 35. 4th and 5th. We got Michael Candidates 13 seconds back.
Thank you.
Here, 2 laps to go. Now up to 1.9 seconds as Todd has definitely fallen back. That truck's got it's worn out. He's used everything he can out of it. 13 here.
I'm easy up there. I'm about to run out of gas.
Oh, 66 talking about running out of gas.
I'll push you.
White flag, last lap. Again, Todd Smith gonna try to make it here on this last lap. He said he was running out of fuel, but Kyle Heath doesn't look to have any issues with fuel as he's coming through 3 and 4. The 13 truck, the Eagles, gonna win at Rockingham tonight in the Truck Series. Great job. Todd does get across the line for second.
Good work, go.
Michael Kennedy is coming out of turn 4 right now in that 52 truck. Great run for him. P3. Great job. Shuey right behind him for P4. Almost caught him.
Yeah, running that.
Corey's going to get a top 5 tonight in the 35 truck. Great job.
Get down there, I got you.
Great run by all these drivers tonight. Eagle's going to burn it down. Burn it down.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, great race today. You know, no cautions for incidents. Awesome job. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, great race tonight, guys. Congrats to the Eagle on the win. Great job, Todd and Michael on second and third. You guys are more than welcome to come to the Discord waiting room for interviews. Parks it right there. Good to go. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll run this back a few laps. Just get everything set up here. Pull up our driver details. Let's do some interviews. Let's bring up P3 Michael Kennedy to the booth. If it'll let me. There we go. Hey Michael, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
Go ahead, I got you.
All right, man. Congratulations on P3 tonight. That truck was pretty darn fast. You led some laps and ran up front most of the night. Tell us, how did that... do you feel like you had anything different for those front two leaders, or is it just it's Rockingham and just what it is? But you seem to have a really fast truck all night.
Yeah, I just kind of stayed to my game plan and bided my time, got to the front. Once I seen the 13 and the 66 get by on that in that last stage, I was following them, and I didn't know what else to do to get around them. So I just kind of sat there and pitted 5 laps after they did, just to see if I could maybe make it up on the racetrack in tires. But I lost it because the 68 liked to pass me, so I had to get up on the wheel there for the last 20 laps.
Yeah, he was getting closer to you there, and it only came down to across the stripe there. It looked like he was only like 5-6 truck lengths behind you when you guys finished the race. So good job fending him off and putting up a really great run for that 52 Goodwrench truck. That truck always looks good on track, and really showed Rockingham, who's boss, you were running really good all night. You had that truck running high, running low, even in the middle. I mean, you were kind of all over the place with it, and it looked like it could run good.
Yeah, I tried different lines after Kyle got by me, but I just couldn't seem to make up any ground. So I just kind of settled for third, really. So,
yeah, that Kyle guy, he makes that low line look really easy, and then that guy in the 66 makes that high line look really easy. And no matter what I do week in and week out, I can't ever make it look that good. I can't ever do that good with it, but they make them look easy. But they're complete difference. It's crazy.
I know, but congrats to them, and good night for everybody. No cautions.
Yeah, that was some really good racing. We had a couple smaller incidents, but they were basically one truck here and there, and everybody kept it straight. And that we only had the stage brake cautions is a testament to where this group of guys getting together and racing this series has gotten better and better week in and week out. and you guys put on a heck of a show. The Rock is not an easy truck or easy track to tame in the truck
Right.
or anything we race in.
After about 30 laps, it's just you're just holding on.
Yep,
So
you're just hanging on for dear life when them tires give out and get too hot, and it just wants to push. And I don't know, like again, I made some laps in the truck earlier today. It felt a little loose off to me compared to what I felt last night when we ran the Gen 6s. But
Yeah.
overall, you could tell after about 15, 20 laps, some tires were screaming at me like, "All right, take it easy on me." And you can see
Yep.
a lot of that tonight.
Well, it was a good night. We'll do it again next Sunday.
Absolutely, man. Before I let you go, the floor is yours. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Not just everybody tonight to come up and just put on a good race. That's the main thing. Just putting on a good, clean race like that.
Absolutely, man. Well, shout
But,
out to you as well. Heck of a run. Thank you again for running tonight, and we'll see you back on track next weekend.
all right, see you, man.
All right, take care, buddy. All right, let's go here. Mr. Highside, one of my favorite interviews every time. Let's get him up here. Mr. Highside, you got a copy?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man, congratulations on getting second tonight. I know it's not the win, but you had a fast truck. You had it working that high side tonight. Anything you could have done different to hold off that eagle tonight?
Heck no. I know that third run, I tried to run the bottom and save tires with him. That just ain't my style on the bottom, so I couldn't do what I needed to down there. I said I'd run with him, I'd run behind him, just letting off early, trying to save him. And we kind of got away from people that didn't save their tires, but I just never could get back to him. He's the eagle, It's just too much.
he's just too darn good with that. And I was
Right.
just talking to Michael about it. I was like, you make the high side look really good and easy. Kyle makes the bottom look really good and easy, and I can't do either of them worth a darn. And it's something you guys have that different line mentality. You guys can make these cars and trucks go really fast and totally different aspects at most tracks we go to. And tonight at this track is obviously one of those. The Rock, you can run up near the wall and carry that momentum, or you can really back it up and run near the bottom and cut it. And both of you were really showing, how good this track provides that kind of racing. And there at the end, whatever he does to get that truck to rotate and not lose as much momentum as it does is just amazing to save those tires and be able to do that. But for you, you got into the wall a couple times, it looked like. I don't know if you really got much damage from it. I saw there near the end, Trevor was behind you and you kind of went off the turn 2 wall, and it looked like on camera that the truck jumped in the air. And like the right front tire came off the ground. I don't know if that was just a netcode glitch on my end, but
I see Kyle got in the wall behind me early, and it looked like he jumped and about spun out and flipped, but I don't know what it is about another person seeing that. But no, I never got that bad.
Okay,
I did knock damage into it and had to use my fast repair the last one. That's why I pitted a little bit earlier than I wanted to.
Okay.
Because I might have been where I hit turn 2, but then I pitted like 2 laps later because I had right front damage.
Oh, I gotcha. Yep. So, heck of a job tonight, man. Another good run.
It was fun. I just wish only chance I had, like the last run, I just could run hard as I could to try to get out there and let him run me down. That's the only thing that would let me be out there, because if I run behind him like on the third run, I could stay with him, but then when he started to go, I started to go, but he could just ease away from me.
He could just ease away, yeah. And it wasn't a lot. It was only came to like a tenth and a half a lap, but when he started to do it, you could see that you were trying to match him and keep with it, and it was just you were seeing that gap finally slow, because there for like the first I don't know 5-6 laps after he got by you stayed right with him, like it didn't change. Time was you guys were running the same lap times and everything, and then he started to stretch it out by a tenth, and it's like, oh, he just waits. I think he just waits. I
think
really
he just
do.
waits. He's just a little turd. But
yeah, he just waits. He's like, all right, it's 10 to go. I'll go now. I'll show what this thing can do. That's
it. Like turns it on, like just turns the wick up, so to speak. Yeah.
Yep. But heck of a job tonight.
Sometimes
man.
I can only wish maybe like a couple times I was behind him. He'd get into lap traffic. I'd get up to him a little bit.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe that just scuff him up a little bit and slow him down just a hair.
Right, just rough him up just a little bit, just a little rub. That's it. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy
hats
to
off
watch
to
you
him.
guys. Heck of a race. It was fun to watch you guys battle it out as usual. Heck of a show. Before I let you go for the night, man, the floor is yours. Anybody want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Just everybody here, it's always fun to come here and race, especially Rockingham. I enjoy this, especially the truck again. Good job, Kyle. And then good job with Michael Kennedy. He did pretty good. And everybody else, it was pretty good night. No, like y'all said, no cautions for incident. I did see a couple of people. I think it was right after I pitted one time. Had spun it down, but kept going down the front stretch. I don't know if they missed a pit or what.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping, holding my breath, hoping we'd just keep running green.
Yeah,
and we did. So
everything stayed green. That was pretty awesome. That's one of the biggest takeaways from tonight is how this track usually promotes at least a few yellows, and we had none for cause, and we maybe could have had one or two. I think that I'm surprised iRacing didn't call, but other than that, it was really good racing. A lot of good side-by-side racing, and everybody was given a lot of respect on track, and that was fun to watch. So heck of a job by all the drivers tonight.
Yep, couldn't say it better myself, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah, appreciate you.
I can't watch the broadcast tonight. I'm sure I'll watch it tomorrow about lunchtime or something, but I look forward to that every time. Thanks again.
All right, man. Well, you have a great night. We'll talk to you later. All right, bud?
Yes, sir.
All right,
thanks.
see you
Later.
All right, let's pull up the Eagle. Get him up here. Eagle, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. You made it happen again tonight. Fast truck, won stage one, went to the back, black flag or something happened there after that?
I sped on pit road coming out of pit road.
Okay, my system didn't tell me. I had no idea. I saw you letting guys go.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, I could have pulled a fast one because I could have got a free, black flag clear, but I honored it and went to the back.
Fair enough. Appreciate that. And then you just made that drive in the second stage, get back up in the top 5 for the end of stage 2, and then kind of turned it on there for the third stage. You ran them tires pretty long that first stint of stage 3, and then pitted a little bit. What was it? About 5 laps after Todd did, I think it was. Yeah, it was 5 laps. And
I kind of wanted to split that one down the middle since we started with 105 to go or something we went back to green on lap 105 or something like that. So I wanted to split it down the middle the best I could.
Yep, I think that was a good move too. Since there was no cautions, no anything to really interrupt it, I think that splitting it down the middle was probably the best bet for getting the best out of both sets of tires.
Yeah, I was real surprised. Everybody did a good job. No cautions. I know there's a couple of spins there tonight. People running off the track, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a heck of a race. It was there was a lot of good side-by-side racing. We did have a couple of spins that could have been, I would say, cautions. But iRacing, when a truck wrecks and it's off the racing surface, and then you get back on the racing surface and you're pointed the right direction, even if you're wrecked, if you don't come to a full stop, it doesn't detect it. It says, oh, everything's good, and I think it kind of leaned on that a little bit tonight, but nothing egregious, no heavy wrecks by like multiple trucks or anything like that. Everybody kind of held their own there and really put on a really good event tonight with just having the 2 stage break cautions. So that was fun to watch. A lot of green flag racing, which is always fun and lets the strategies flow a little bit and puts on a heck of a race, which again, you found a way to get that lead, and then Todd said he was trying to stay with you the best he could, and then you turned the burners on and started to check out a little bit, and he said I couldn't do anything to keep up with him.
And after the second stage, going into the last stage, I kind of learned something there at that first half of the last stage, and I just felt like I just needed to run what I did, because at the end of it, my car was feeling, or truck was feeling a whole lot better, especially coming out of turn 4. A lot of times for me, coming out of turn 4, it wants to really push tight, and then when I put too much wheel in it, it wants to get loose on me.
Yep.
Yeah, so I figured something out there and ended up using that to my advantage. My truck was feeling really good. I wanted to stay out longer, but I know if I did, Todd came to pit, he was gonna, shoot past me while I'm on pit road, and I can't believe it. I came out of pit road. He was right there as I was coming out of pit road. He was coming on the back stretch.
Yeah,
So I
and
was
that was
like,
just a
okay, that
5 lap difference, and he made
yeah.
he was a second behind you when he pitted, or 2 seconds, something
I
like
think it
that.
was like almost 3 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he came out and he was 2 seconds ahead of you, and that 5 laps made that much difference. So yeah, if you would have waited even 5 laps more, it may have been a little bit more difficult, but you never know because obviously you had the fresher tires, but you definitely would have probably had to push a little bit harder to feel like you had to make sure
Yeah.
you had the time to get to him. But
Yeah. Yeah. Last night's race, it really rubbed me the wrong way because I just didn't have the speed and the tire wear that was I usually get by running it easy, and it seemed like the easier I ran last night, the harder it was, and the harder I ran last night, the worse it got.
right.
So tonight, that's whenever I figured something out, and I was able just to save. It was just crazy how it just went. In
Yeah, there was.
practice, I told the guys that I hate this track during practice because I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, I
But
remember being in the chat early. You're like, I'm just going to call it a night. I was like, what? Kyle Heath doesn't call it a night? I don't believe that. Don't play that stuff with me. And then you come in and, win the first stage, win the race, whatever. But you made the bottom work, which is that's your mastery, right? You know how to get these trucks, cars, whatever we're racing, to really rotate around the corner on the low side and get them to power off out of the exit with momentum like you were running the high side. Like you don't lose a lot to people that are running the high side on corner exit momentum. So, and we saw that a lot tonight. It really showcased itself because that whole, you were running whole tire runs, able to run the bottom and get it to hook the bottom and not give up a bunch of time to those guys, kind of like Todd, winding it up around the outside. We saw people like Trevor trying to do that, but I think his tires took the toll because he couldn't carry that long run speed because he would burn his tires up. His right front, I think, most likely would have gotten cooked on most of those runs after about 25, 30 laps, to where that's when your truck really shone. Is like once you hit that point in the run, it was a totally different truck and it just kept going faster and faster.
yeah, yeah, that bottom line, it between the top line and bottom line, whatever your preference is, but it takes a little bit of finesse on that bottom line in order to get that vehicle to rotate some. And then whenever if you have to run the high line, it actually sticks a whole lot better than what you think is going to stick, which is really awesome because seems like you're not really wearing anything out, so to
Yep.
speak.
Yep. Gotcha. Well, heck of a job tonight, man. Congratulations on another win, and coming back and showing these truck guys how it's done tonight. Um, Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to before we let you go?
Yeah, big thanks to you, the whole FGR team, the whole FGR league, everybody out there watching. I seen Justin Sumner out there. He was watching.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and War Eagle.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, again, appreciate you. Congratulations again. Heck of a run tonight, and we'll catch up with you again next weekend. All right, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have a good night.
All right, later, Jason.
Later. That was Kyle Heath, our big winner tonight. Making it happen. Well, that is going to be it for me tonight. Again, I appreciate all of you for coming along and watching and supporting First Gear Network and First Gear Racing. As again, the Truck Series will be back again next Sunday night. Checking the schedule. I will get that information. I should always have that stuff ready, and I'm slacking. I'm new at this. I've been doing it for a few months. I don't have that excuse anymore. Next weekend, we go to Texas. So we will see you all next Sunday night at Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to have these trucks singing really fast around Texas Motor Speedway. That ought to be very fun to watch. So I'm excited for that. Until next time, y'all have a great night. We'll see you then. Take care.